hiding.
Yes. Getting started is going to take longer than pretty short. All right, so we are live. Close this now, though.
That had nothing to do with that.
I thought, yeah, so that coincided with me closing the YouTube. So okay, we are starting. It is 6:38. I don't know if you want to start with flag before we do roll call. We do the pledge to get started. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic
Or which stands
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Many of us are old enough to remember before you. It didn't always have under God, and it was after.
Yeah.
Only did was.
All right, so I'm going to do the roll calls. I'm pretty sure I know who's there, but just to make sure. You can't see us all because our camera was disconnected, and I was going to go through the trouble reconnecting it. I guess I could try to position this camera so it's not. I don't know what that changes. What do you guys see now?
we see you very far away.
The table with your people.
It's better.
It's better than the ceiling.
Yeah.
You still see the ceiling?
We did.
Well, but we see you too.
All right, well,
It's good. It's good.
Good.
Yeah, it's fine. Leave it. Yeah.
We're going to go to this anyway. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure. All right, we will do the roll call in-house. Anthony? Here. Nancy?
Here. I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Beth Henson?
Here.
Eva Atwood? No, she said she couldn't make it. Mitchell Smith?
I'm here.
Okay. Bob Van Berg said he was not able to attend. Kylie, so you want to
Here.
right? Bud?
Here.
Okay. Carl?
Yeah, here.
Jen?
Yep, I'm here.
And Jean?
Here.
And Tom Polker. Oh, I missed it. Jim Diamond, yeah, here. Lee McGonigal here. Tom Polker. No. Okay, so we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's pretty good being there.
And Cindy Lapierre,
Did I skip you?
you didn't say me. You may have checked me.
Oh, I did. I did because I saw your name. That's why. I skipped them too, and then went into Tom Polker. I'm sorry, Cindy. Cindy, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay. I counted you and I checked you.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 13. Right. You see the agenda. The first thing is, I don't know if anybody has any comments or questions on February 16th minutes. I have one copy here. If anybody wants them, I can pull them up on the screen. If anybody needs to look at them, if you haven't had a chance, if anybody needs to look at them, I can pull them up. If you want to see them on the screen, let me know. Everybody read the minutes, make a motion, accept the minutes. Okay, Tony, I made a motion to accept the minutes. Someone seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain or recuse? Okay,
Can I just make a little mention of did anybody see the Mountain Eagle this past week
yes,
and the whole project in Maple Crest
yes.
and the local decision?
Right, and they said.
Anyway, they don't have any zoning. I mean, there's nothing there that says that can't be done.
With the
Yeah, the building.
water.
Yeah, the water.
Water and soil conservation.
Yeah.
Evidently, the neighbors.
They don't like the look of it, yes.
It doesn't sound like they want anything there, but that's their, right to come and speak out, but, I don't.
So it'd be interesting. I just wondered if anybody else.
Yes, that's something, I wasn't sure if you're talking about, that one or, there's another. There was another.
Oh,
It might have
there
been
wasn't-
before, but the winter comprehensive.
Right. Yeah, because this week it was Prattsville and not getting the Dollar General in there.
Yeah, that was.
We make the paper
And I know you guys
every
are,
week, something.
Oh, that's good.
okay.
So just some things to report. The meeting schedule, our meeting schedule, the county planning board meeting schedule is now, all the dates are listed on the website. And with that, are the referral deadlines so that people can be clear. For example, there are 3 referrals on tonight's agenda. I did get 4 more referrals in the past week actually, but it was after they have been 12 days before and I kind of made the call that I'm not going to put one on that came in after the deadline unless I can do all 4. So there's 4 that will have to go on to next month. So this I'm going to be sharing that link and making sure that all the local planning board, zoning board secretaries and all the people that submit referrals and the local attorneys and so forth know that that's there, that that's posted there, so they know when they need to get referrals and if they want it on a particular agenda. And if you guys could just make sure your local boards know about that as well. And did schedule most of the trainings now are going back to in person. I think we're seeing kind of the webinar thing past couple of years tail off. I think there was pros and cons to webinars, obviously, but so we have with the Department of State and with Columbia County have a training webinar like we did. The last one we had was in 2019. No, 2020. No, we didn't do it in 2020. So we haven't done it in 2020 and 2021. So we haven't done one in a few years in person. So it'll be from 5 to 9. If you come, you get all 4 of your hours done for the year. That's the intent of it. And we don't have any topics yet. So I sent out a save the date about that and asked, I sent it out to local boards as well. Haven't had any feedback yet about what people want to put on top. So I don't know if anybody has any suggestions. Otherwise, I will work with the Department of State based on their suggestions on what usually it's 2 2-hour sessions, with some breaks there, like 15-minute break between them or something. So unless anybody has any suggestions on topics that they'd like to see training on. And I sent around earlier today, I don't know if you saw in the email, the latest I have on all of the training. I've heard back from a few people about it. So if you have a chance to look at those spreadsheets to make sure that I have, sometimes if you miss them, whether you hand me in writing or an email. So I just make sure, just check that I logged correctly all of your training. So, and I heard back from Robin saying you guys are waiting for certificates.
Yeah, I did it a long time ago.
Yeah, it's in December.
Yeah.
So,
Seems like so.
last year. She said December. I'm not sure. So if you have any, I don't need right now, but if you think of something you wanna, otherwise, like I said, I'll just work with the Department of State to try to come up with some topics and, but what they're seeing are kind of issues that are coming to the forefront right now.
Tell me to give you information on a stretch initiative.
A stretch initiative.
There's some new funding sources from the state, supported by NYSERDA. There's new regs going down. So that if you're a planning board,
You mean the energy stretch goals?
Yeah.
Oh, the energy stretch.
and
Yeah, but everything I started, I don't think DOS would do that. I mean, we could possibly ask
it all seems
NYSERDA.
pretty, could ask NYSERDA, but.
Yeah, but Department of State's gonna probably have the,
Housing, one of those departments are going to be intricately involved. See, community housing renewal might be interested. The point is, so you're a planning
the-
board.
the energy stretch goal.
Yeah, and he's got a building that they're renovating on Main Street.
Right.
So then you want to actually say, what are you doing? Energy wise with these buildings, it might be incentives, it might be tax incentives, it might be, doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not. The planning board should know what it is. So that
We have,
architects,
that was one of our comments on, if you recall, in the last month's discussion, they referenced, I think it was for the development, the state local cabins they were gonna put in, they were gonna use a US energy code. And that's what one of the comments that, New York stretch code, if they wanna make it energy efficient, there's a New York energy stretch code. I could talk to DOS about that, or I can say, maybe we could have a 2-hour session from DOS and a 2-hour session from NYSERDA. NYSERDA, I think would be or one of their
contracts.
One of the contracts. Not NYSERDA itself.
They haven't actually hammered out all the details of the code yet.
Right.
Because they are applying to DRI, they're implementing that portion, but they haven't finalized it, so projects.
Well, there is an elder one, I think they're updated.
Yeah, they're updated.
But,
I don't know, you asked for a recommendation.
well, yeah, that's fine if people, I think that would be useful. I've done webinars on that and stuff. To try to get myself up to date on.
Rich, this is Jen. Along the lines of NYSERDA, one thing we've been getting inquiries on lately is wind energy. We've developed a solar law, but we don't really know how to address wind towers. And I don't know if that's something that would be of general interest. It's something to think about. The second thing that has been coming up to us for our zoning is the conservation overlays. You had sent something out about that, and we're seeing a lot of interest in that. So I'm not really sure how to incorporate that into our zoning either. And I don't know if that would be of general interest, but just
Yeah.
2 ideas.
The SRA program is, if I say funny, that is actually the next slide there. So next Wednesday, there is a webinar that the Hudson River Estuary program is doing on that.
Right.
So we could also we could ask the estuary program again. We could do something with NYSERDA, the estuary program. We did that a few years ago. We had someone from the estuary program come and talk about their Hudson River mapping. So we could have, we could split it into 3. We could have, a 2-hour planning session from DOS, a 1-hour thing on the stretch code from NYSERDA, and a 1-hour thing from estuary program, BDC on conservation overlays. So, break it up a little bit more as well. So 2-hour sessions. I'm fine with that. I mean, it will be 3 months after they did this one, so it's not like they're going to be doing it back to back. This one's next week, and ours is for 3 months. So that's great. I think interested in doing that as well. Anybody else have any thoughts or suggestions or anything coming up locally? Else with wind energy kind of stuff? Anything about wind energy proposals?
I know that there's been interest in my town for setting up a planning board. It's opposed and it's supported, but I think it'd be really nice to maybe learn how to start a planning board.
Right, maybe that could be built into something general done by DOS. There are a lot of new planning board members locally, I believe. Anybody else? All right. I know also just provide all these links, but a lot of these links now, if you go to, again, DOS training schedule now, you see that they're in person. So you have to travel out to Portland or whatever one, the southern team. They're not webinars anymore. The only webinar I'm aware of right now is this one next week by the DEC. So, so that's we're going back to wherever. Anything else? Anything else? The next thing would be the referrals. Referrals on the agenda. The first one. Now, I sent this around also because I thought about trying to put in some kind of summary into the presentation or into the memo that went out, but I could pull the different documents up, but it would have been fairly involved. I mean, I read through them. I didn't have any real comments. They're the minor updates and to the codes and some of the local laws. Short-term rentals and some things to do this with enforcement, solar energy systems, and redefining what small scale and large scale are, and changing some of the requirements in terms of land coverage, that kind of thing for solar energy systems. Some of the other things are just minor tweaks just to make the local laws and zoning code consistent. So I didn't really have any comments, so it's really a local decision. I could share those if you wanted to go through any of them or all of them. It would take some time. I do have them pull them up on the screen if you wanted to look at any of those particular laws and what the revisions are. But I didn't want to get into too much of the weeds with that unless you guys wanted to. Okay, and that's why I sent you around also. If anybody was really interested in looking at them, you had them. I sent them around the end of last week. If you really wanted to review any of them, to see what the changes were in town codes and town laws. If we want me to pull any particular one up, I know looking at it, did anyone read it? If you have any comments on them, I didn't have any comments necessarily to offer.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Excuse me, I just have one question. It's Nancy.
Got a question?
Yeah, it's Nancy. I'm just curious why the short-term rentals got forwarded to the Greene County Planning Board?
Any change in the zoning codes, anything that change is going to has to come to the county planning board.
Oh, so as an aside, so we're making changes to our zoning in the Village of Athens to incorporate or make just slight changes regarding the cannabis dispensaries and consumption lounges. So once we've agreed to that, we need to forward it to this planning board?
Yes.
Okay,
Any zoning law changes need to come to the county planning board.
thank you.
Or any changes to your zoning map as well.
Okay, great.
Change to your zoning districts, yes.
Thank you.
That's something they added to their code as well. They added cannabis dispensaries to their zoning code as well. But again, none of them really had any county impact. The solar law, the solar law, I mean, I could have made some comments on the solar law about how I think they need to better define some of the large scale versus small scale versus residential, I think you need to bring, but again, that's a local decision. It's not really county impact, so I got my card, thanks. So that's, there really was no, nothing in there that rose to the level that, you know, was gonna have any kind of significant county impact. That's why just, recommendation was local decision, but,
Mitch Smith will make a motion for a local decision.
Lee made a motion to, accept the local decision.
Okay.
And did somebody second it? I'm sorry.
I'll second Jen.
Who was that?
Jen.
It was Jen.
Dan, okay, I'm sorry, I just did. Right, so, local decision and a motion by Lee, seconded by Jen, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Anybody need to abstain or recuse? Eva's the town rep, so she's not here, okay. I don't even know if she's in, not in the town court, so, okay. There was a lot to read through. It took me a lot, fair amount of time to just review them, but it really, nothing really rose to the top there. The next one. Move this over here. Village of Tannersville, they're doing some updated construction to Rip Van Winkle Park. Some new roads, new docks, new fishing pier, kayak launch, splash pad, natural play area, amphitheater. So, you know, sound like good project. So I really didn't have, again, I didn't really have any significant county impact. It came to the county board because it's on the border. So again, Nancy, this is another thing. If the development's on the border of another municipality, it needs to come to the county for any intermunicipal impacts. I didn't see anything that would, you know, it's going to be in terms of intermunicipal impacts that goes to the level of concern of any concern. So it's back here. So this is the site, just to let you know. And really wait. So can you guys see that?
Yes.
That's the site. Park. It's mostly it's wet. It's a pond, the land itself. So it's a lake. So it's wet. It has wetlands. It's an under floodplain. But they know all of that, and they identified in the secret documents that they need to get DEC permits and AO Army Corps permits and so forth to do the work. That's an ortho imagery shot of the site as well. My only comment, which beat a dead horse about this, and I didn't want to hold up the referral. You know, I did get, you know, just a PDF size site plan. So my only comment again back is to the village is can we get? I mean, I have a hard time. I try to zoom in and see what I can see, but I'm still an old-fashioned reviewer in that regard, where I'd rather get a full-size site plan. So,
Good evening, Mr. Stein.
hello, everyone. So, you know, that's my only comment is that, you know, in the future, if I could, you know, I don't think it would have changed anything if I saw a full-size site plan. So I don't want to hold up the approval process by saying, no, you got to wait till, because my understanding, this is what was submitted to the village. And so if this was accepted by the village, then, you know, if they didn't have full-size site plans to send to me. Well, they did have two different sites. This was a conceptual site plan, and then they had one that would potentially be trying to get funding to put some solar arrays. Sites and some solar panels. So there's two different conceptual things. But again, there was nothing that rose to the level of that I could see on these of any county impacts or significant impacts that the village isn't already aware of, or things that they need to do to make the project happen. Again, my only comment would be in the future, if it's in the memo, if it would be much, if the full-size site plan could be submitted.
And this is a separate, grant from the DRI. It's really nice. Good.
So, well, that was just, you know, other than, I mean, if I had full-size site plan, I probably wouldn't have any comments, but I'm not, but, that's the only comment is, you know, what, it's just kind of, I just keep driving that home, that if I could get full-size site plans, it's much easier, to review.
Okay,
So that's it.
all right, so I'll,
Make a motion.
I'll move, I'll make a motion to, recommend local decision.
I'll second that, Rich. I think it's a great idea. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You have to abstain or recuse yourself? or-
I think I'll just abstain.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Probably, yeah, 'cause-
I don't even know if there's any word. I don't know what the conflict is. They might have.
Aye.
Oh, yeah. Well, did you vote on it at the local level?
No.
No. Your village board, actually your planning board?
Yeah, we do, but we didn't have, we did have a formal vote on this year. So then I can't vote.
Yeah, you can't, but actually you can't vote at both places.
Right. So then
You already voted on it.
I abstain.
Yeah, we're gonna throw you in the county jail.
But at least it's in there.
All right, so,
Take it for a test drive?
okay, so, that motion carries 12, so, yeses with one abstention. So, and the last one, is a pretty simple one too. It is in the town of Hunter on a school, Rudolph School, on Pike Cove Road in Elka Park. It's three different parcels. And they want to put basically three T-Mobile antennas on the site with some equipment. But this is the site, and it's here because it's on a county road. So, and it also was sent to Highway. Highway had no concern at the impact on the county highway, which is down here along the site. So, I mean, it's a large, kind of extensive, long piece of property here, but antennas are going to go on the Bruderhof buildings down here.
Oh, they'll actually be on the building.
Two on the buildings and one on the water tank. So I took they've submitted three different site plans, which are here. So I took all three of them and put them into one. So there's one on one on the daycare center. There's one on the existing building down here, an antenna. There's one on the water tower, an existing water tower up here, and then they're going to put some new equipment on the main building. And so it really, again, it came to the county planning board. It's on this property's in the right way. Highway county has no concerns, so no other county impacts on this. So the antennas, hopefully, some better. Anybody has T-Mobile out there, some better service.
But this is sponsored by the Bruderhof community, the Blackhawk community. Or they asked for it. They asked for it.
Yeah, the application is from T-Mobile. T-Mobile, I guess probably approached Bruderhof and said, "Can you put some antenna on the building?" Yes.
Well, my guess would also be that they're in that little spot there on County Route 16. They need an additional something.
Maybe it's got a dead zone there. And so.
I mean, since they're putting around their buildings.
Right.
That's a guess.
Two buildings and then one on the water tank.
And do they say how tall these antennas are supposed to be?
They did. Let's see.
Yeah, I just wonder, I know there's a lot of hiking destinations and viewpoints from around there, and just wondered how it was going to affect the view shed in the area.
There's different heights, obviously, for all, the equipment, I don't think really had any significant height, but the three, I have to look at each one, to see.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me exactly what the heights are. I would just hope that they would look at that and take that into consideration, that there's, you know, a lot of viewpoints from around there that are, that include the
Right.
Broodhof itself and
We
how that
can't-
might change.
There was no visual analysis. And sometimes they will require an applicant to do a visual analysis if there's concern about that. There are elevations here. Yeah, I remember not. Yeah, see, they're not significantly above building height, 24.5 feet. Yeah. I can't tell exactly how many feet. I don't have the height of the building on this evaluation of the building. But the intent is, looking at the schematics, are not significantly higher than the buildings themselves.
There you go.
They don't actually do that. There's a 24.5 feet. There's one.
Yeah, I mean, something like that would be fine. I'm sure most of those buildings are that height or more. So, you know, just something that I hike in that area and look down on that 100 times. So, just wanted to make sure that they were aware that it could change the view shed for the area.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to include that in a comment, I'm fine with that to make sure that, yeah, I mean, looking at this, it looks like it's, going on the water tower, it looks like it's about, it's 2.7 feet higher than the water tower.
Right. So, you know, I'm barking up a wrong tree, I'm sure here, but just wanted to bring that.
Notice it. That's why, yeah, I mean, I should have noted that, because I did look at that, and I just remember, oh, that's something, I remember saying that the heights are no big deal. So I did look at that, but I should have noted that. Thinking that I should have informed you. Probably looks like the highest one is the one at the daycare center. Looks like it's, let's see, the height of the existing roof on the daycare center is 26.2 feet, and the antenna will go up 39.4 feet. So what is that, like 13.2 feet above the existing roof slope? About 13 feet above the existing roof slope.
Well, knowing that, then I would make a motion to motion for local decision on that.
Okay.
I'll second it. This is Beth.
Yeah, then my thought was, you know, I guess if they were probably concerned, they would have wanted some kind of visual. So, so it's Mitch and Beth, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Opposed or abstained? We no longer have a town of Hunter rep on the board, so if anybody knows anybody from the town of Hunter, that might. And those are all the referrals. Like I said, I did get a couple, 3 or 4 other referrals in, but it was after the deadline. And,
Next week's okay.
yes, next month, we already have 3 or 4 on the agenda. That is it, unless there's anything else. We are all done.
Hey, Richard, a question.
Yes.
On the Zoom, is this gonna, be going for?
Well, I was asked that question earlier too by the new member from town of Kentucky, Phil Whitbeck, so hopefully he'll be here next month or the other.
I mean, I don't care.
I don't know. I don't know if at some point we're gonna be told about no more Zoom or whether it's gonna still be an option. I was discussing earlier, we've had a quorum since we didn't have Zoom. Previous to Zoom, we would have every month, it was guesswork.
Yeah.
We get 9 people show up, 8 people, 7, and, so, you know, I'm for it. I mean, I don't know if it'll be up to us to decide or whether it's controlled by our.
We're kind of keep it both ways.
I'm for that for now. I don't know. I don't know whether, again, I don't know whether we'll be able to decide or we have to be or us, or whether I'm going to be told by the powers to be in person from now on. You know, might be told that at some point. How do you guys feel about it? I mean, most past few meetings, it seems like there was more people on Zoom than here. So my feeling is that people like the Zoom option, right? Is that
Yes.
Yeah.
feeling?
I prefer it. And also I think it saves the county on gas money for reimbursement.
You guys don't get paid to drive here. You don't drive here. So,
I have to get off. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Well, we're just about done.
Okay, gotta get on another call.
All right, have a good night. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
Okay, we need to move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn. Unless you guys want to.
Well, I can't get rid of you though.
Let's adjourn.
Cindy wants to adjourn. Anybody else want to adjourn?
I'll second.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Good
you
night,
very much.
everyone.
Have a good month.
Night.
Have a good month.
Night.
Meeting's on 4/20.
Lee.
Woo-hoo.
4/20.
Did you me a favor? Can I just call Mr. Lapierre and tell him